was fine before I met you. I drink too much and that's an issue, but I'm okay.
Live from Baltimore, Maryland, in some Holiday Inn in some horrible part of Baltimore. Welcome to the Week 6 podcast here. I'm your award-winning host, Robbie Wright. I'm going to be pretty honest with you guys. So, I already recorded everything once and realized I forgot to hit start. So, this is round 2. So, I accidentally did this podcast once here. So, feel free to make fun of me, whatever. Regardless, it's still a fucking sick podcast, and it's still a great show I have for you guys here. So, I'm going to bust into the scores here. As you guys already know, Mike was the top point getter. He is $25 richer. I believe he cares about $25, unlike someone in this league. Bust out the scores here. Let's see. Week 6. It's not right. Week 6, yes. So, start with my team here. I deserve absolutely zero credit this week. I put up 103 points. I still won. It's a PPR league. You're not breaking about 120 points and not winning, and you still win. You don't really deserve it. And plus, I played Matter, who's arguably the worst team in this league. I don't really think there's any denying it. I'm going to waste time with my matchup here because both teams sucked this past week, but I got the W, and sometimes you got to get the ugly wins, but I'll take it. We are sponsored here by some Lobby Green Tea. Thank you, Holiday Inn. For the next matchup here, and this was a nice... Jared had a nice week here. Jared took down Placey, improved 4-2, while Placey dropped to 4-2. David Johnson had a really good game for Jared, as did Cam Newton here. For Placey, Kenny Britt showed up. I'm kind of surprised he starts, but nonetheless, it was a nice move by Placey, but it was not enough. As Placey, yes, I said that already, he drops to 4-2. Move on to the next matchup here. And he who will not be named until he wins a game almost got himself his first W here. But unfortunately wasn't enough, as Trevor had a performance just like myself, barely put up 100 points, so got the W. It's ugly, he'll take it. Terrence West had himself a nice game. And you know what, I'm not going to do analysis on the other team because I stick with my last week here. I said I'm not doing any analysis until he gets a W, so let's see if he can get off the schneid here next week. Move on to the next matchup here, and this was a pretty tight contest all week. It was Casey versus Durwonko. I was with Casey this past Sunday, and seemed like every single time he had a nice... Terrell Pryor had a really good game. Every time he got some points, it seemed like Durwonko was getting just as many, and you look in Odell Beckham Jr., 40 fucking points, as well as LaShawn McCoy, 34. He literally contributed, more than that. About 75% of the points came from two guys, and it was enough to put the dagger in Casey. I mean, Casey's one of those guys, he's just not catching breaks in fantasy football this season. So, we will jump on to the next matchup here. And it was George versus Carmen. And George, he had a nice showing here. Tom Brady, 27.2. Lamar Miller, 32.8. Where Carmen didn't really get too much here. Lloyd Christmas here, I believe that's 2 in a row they've dropped. Andy Dalton had a nice showing, but other than that, that was really it. So we will move on to the next matchup here, the last one here, and it was Mike versus Bonesaw. And Mike beat Bonesaw by about 100 points, 98 to be precise. You look at Mike's matchup here, and he put up a nice, Drew Brees, 32.6. He had a bunch of guys go off. Brandon Cooks, I was watching the 1 o'clock games. He was getting pretty excited every single time. Brees connected with Cooks. Whereas Bonesaw just didn't get anything going. Other than Le'Veon Bell, no one broke double digits. It's tough to win that way. So we're going to get Mike here on the phone. And we're going to have some fun here. And we would like to welcome to the award-winning podcast here, Round 2. Mr. Mike Madden. Mike, congratulations once again. You're the top point getter. You're $25 richer. How's it feel?
It feels pretty good. We got Casey here too.
Oh, hey, Casey.
His girlfriend. Did you press record, Rob?
Yes, I did, dude.
All right, good for you.
Can you still kick Chris Letang's ass?
$25 feels great. I'll probably just get on my gas tank or something, and I won't do anything major with it. But it's good to win somebody every once in a while.
Yeah, I agree, and I'm gonna pretty much put this out there right now. You made a comment on the first round 1 that Julio Jones is on a trade block. Jared Cunning, if you're watching the podcast here, I'm sure you're probably just itching to send Mike that text in the morning here. So, but if anyone else is interested, best offer, Julio Jones is on the trade block. I'll do a little plug for Mike here. We will
Yeah. So wait, are we acknowledging this is the second time we're doing this?
Yeah, I already made fun of myself.
All right. So yeah, for the record, Julio's on the block. I either want a 1-for-1 trade or a 2-for-1 trade. Julio's the only person I'm trading. I'm doing it for depth. I want a wide receiver or a running back or any combination thereof.
Okay. Well, we're going to jump right into the questions here. Question 1. What is harder, getting money from Dan to pay bills or getting off the phone with Larry?
All right. I'm going to stick with the answers I gave you guys the first time.
Yeah.
It's Larry because I don't think he cares about anything more in this world than adult league hockey. And when I feel like I tell him I have to go, like a little part of him like dies or becomes sad. So it's Larry. And I'm not going to touch on the other person.
Well, I met his girlfriend this past weekend, and she is beautiful.
His girlfriend, yeah. No, they're really happy together. They've been together for a long time, and I see a big future with them, honestly.
So do I. Next question.
They're not together.
Okay, little disclaimer here. I was being a drunk asshole this past weekend.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
And their roommate Dan had some like slam piece over, and she was like, I think she was kind of into him, and I was making things as uncomfortable as possible. Asking them like personal questions.
Podcast material. I wish the cameras were rolling.
Yeah, personal questions, asking if they're dating, they're not dating, are they gonna fuck tonight? Like it was just so aggressive.
It was a lot of fun. It was something to do at 2 a.m. It was a good time.
Yes, it was. You had to be there. Next question. Rank the roommates you've had over the years from best to worst.
I have since found out who asked this question, so I'm glad I answered it correctly. Robbie volunteered himself as 4th because we did not live together that long. I will take that. Jordan was ranked 3rd, just the mere fact he has a lot of clutter, which he will admit to. 2, actually I skipped 2. I went straight to 1. I said Casey because he provided this massive TV.
It is pretty fucking massive.
I love buying TV. Yeah, that's all Casey does is buy televisions, so that's nice. And Carmen has been my friend for a very long time, so I know he'll be okay with me saying he's 2.
I don't really get how he'd be okay with that, but anyways, next question, and put the camera on Casey while you answer this.
Oh yeah, I forgot about. He asked me what questions were asked. I forgot this was one of them. So actually, just ask him.
Mike, you're gonna answer it.
All right, I will.
Who would win in a street fight, Casey or James Neal?
Answer it, Casey. Who would win? I would win. All right. Now, I will try to say what I said verbatim in my vehicle. James Neal would win 11 out of 10 times. Oh, my God. He's a professional athlete. Oh, that's poor connection. That's bullshit. Oh, hold on.
You're good.
All right, I'm back. Did you hear Casey's response? That's bullshit.
That's bullshit.
Okay, so my response is James Neal would win 11 out of 10 times. I've been consistent on that for 5 years now, I would say. Recently, he brought Chris Letang into this. I would take Chris Letang. I think Chris Letang would kill James Neal, and I think James Neal would kill Casey. So you know how I feel about Casey fighting Chris Letang. Casey's not happy with that, but that's how I feel. When he wins this podcast, or when he wins for the high of the week, he can answer that question the way he wants to. I answered the way I want to.
I think it's pretty obvious I came up with that question, right?
Such an asshole. Yeah, his girlfriend doesn't seem to be too phased by it. She's actually really in the debate right now. They're talking about abortion, light topics. Don't ask me about that.
No problem here. No problem. So, next question is Strangest thing
Literally
Aunt Lorraine did while living with her.
What's up?
Strangest thing Aunt Lorraine did while you were living with her.
Yeah, that's not a good one. Actually, the second chance gives me a little bit more time to explain. The computer of that house was in the room that I was sleeping in, and Aunt Lorraine does not sleep for long, and she doesn't really she wakes up early, so she would check her emails between 4 and 5 a.m. in the room that I was sleeping in, and I think she thought I was still sleeping, but in reality, I saw her checking her spam emails, and I don't know, it was a weird thing to do at that time of the morning, but for her, it was just
nothing.
Yeah, so it was just I had to deal with it, but that's fine.
All right, and you can give a better answer for this one. Clearly, you have a preference for petite brunettes. What events in your life have led you to this?
But he said you want a better answer for this one?
No, you can probably even have more fun with this one.
I said it. It's true. Elaine from Seinfeld. I mean, that's what I like growing up. And Casey's plugging Jennifer Aniston, who I do find attractive as well, but she's blonde. All right. Well,
Rob, would you say blonde or brunette for Jennifer Aniston?
Brunette.
Huh?
Brunette.
Thank you. Really? All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's not my answer. I want
that is Amanda's woman crush. I know too much about Jennifer Aniston I ever want to know. Her bra size is 34C.
Amanda knows that?
Yeah. She is obsessed with that Jennifer Aniston.
That's kind of hot. All right, continue.
Next question. Ben and Jordan obviously have the worst fantasy teams. Who should be more ashamed and why?
Yeah, I'm sticking with my original answer. I think both aren't very good. I do believe Jordan and I always, for the record, I think Jordan likes excuses. Jordan does have the injury excuse with Keenan Allen. I was going to pick him personally. He picked him. He got hurt. Glad it worked out that way. But I think Ben actually has a pretty bad team. If you look at his players, they're worse than Jordan. So I'm going to go with that.
Okay, I would tend to agree as well.
And actually, Casey and I were talking post interview one. Casey, I believe, has scored the most points in our league. He only has one win, so that kind of shows you the.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm not a math guy. I'm a sabermetrics guy, but I'm pretty sure that's what's happening.
Damn, sorry, Casey. I think I gave a shout out about that too.
It is what it is. It's bad luck, but we're gonna keep our head up. We're gonna keep plugging away.
All you gotta do is get in the playoffs. If you get in the playoffs, anything can happen.
I'm trying to win one of these times of the week so I can get interviewed.
Boys.
That's all anyone cares about. Fuck the $1,000. They just want that interview.
That's right.
Then they can just forget about their bills for a month if I get that extra $25.
All right, I'm gonna skip this question, Mike, because it kind of sucked. So the next one.
Good choice.
Best day to drink: Friday night, Saturday night, or Sunday afternoon?
Yeah, clearly Sunday. The losers who now, I think, occupy the South Side at night, which to me they weren't there a couple years ago, or maybe because I was one of them.
Yeah.
The mature adults seem to go and drink on Sunday afternoon, and that is my favorite by far now. And really, that goes for any area in the city. I think Sunday afternoon drinking is a lot of fun. After church, of course.
Okay, of course. And how old is too old to be a bro in the Southside bars?
Yeah, I'm sticking with my answer before again about, I think 21 to 23 is the wheelhouse. And then every year after that, it kind of starts going down and down and down. I think when you get to maybe 25, 26, you start drinking on Sunday afternoons.
Sounds good. And last question, Mike.
How many people do we have in this podcast?
Me and Iceberg. Next question, and the last one. This is your answer. Absolutely disgusted me. Do you respect women?
I do respect them. I respect them a lot. I love women. Just like my role model, Donald Trump.
You're being a sarcastic asshole here, and I don't appreciate it.
Well, so was that question.
And we got to get.
Staring at him.
I feel like we got to get to the bottom of this, and I for one, am not going to have anyone in this league who does not respect women.
Hey, tell me this. Did Ben ask that question?
Yes.
All right, I'll tell a story here. All right, so 2 weeks ago we went to Tequila Cowboy. I had a few drinks, so did Nicole, and we have this joke where we call each other stupid bitches. Well, that is true. That's 100% true.
That's not a funny joke, Mike.
Huh?
It's not a funny joke.
Well, it was to us, but Nicole was little more intoxicated than she realized. So was I. I said that underneath my breath. She thought I was being serious. We got in a small spat at the bar, and we're still together. So, I mean, I think that says everything that needs to be said.
Well, I think that she can do better. I mean, she does not
I
deserve
agree.
anyone calling her a stupid
better.
bitch. And me for one, I want to get to the bottom of this. So, Mike, thank you for tuning into the award-winning podcast here. Hopefully, you will start to respect women down the line here. And best of luck the rest of the season.
All right. And if you didn't press play, we're going to do the third one tomorrow.
All right, we're good.
All right. See ya.
See ya. Wow, what a sick pig he is. You know what? There's only one obvious solution here, and I got to get on the phone with Nicole, and I got to get her on this interview right now because clearly their relationship is in jeopardy here because he does not respect women, and I want her to understand that he does understand women. He does respect women, but I mean, he's just trying to impress Ben sometimes. And I'm gonna fix this. Don't worry, guys. So we're gonna get Nicole here on the award-winning podcast. I'm sure she's a fan of it. Just like there she is, and we would like to welcome to the award-winning podcast here, round 2, the beautiful Nicole, aka Mike's girlfriend. Nicole, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you for that introduction there, Robbie.
You're welcome.
How are you doing tonight?
It's been one of those nights here. I've just been cranking out interviews here, cranking out podcasts here because my dumbass here can't hit play. Little people know, actually, if you figured it out, because I've mentioned multiple times, this is the second time I've done this. It's the second time I'm FaceTiming Mike's girlfriend tonight, too.
Yep, I'm sticking with it.
So, yeah, and I, for one, am absolutely disgusted with what Mike thinks about women. It sickens me. And it really scares me for the future of you two. And there's a few questions I just want to ask you here, just to kind of get to the bottom of this here, and just to make sure Mike is treating you right. Because we here on the award-winning podcast, like what I host here, we want to make sure he's treating you right. Because if not, he's gonna go to jail, and it's gonna ruin your relationship, and it's gonna ruin my friendship with him, and it's just the giant trail. You know how it goes. So.
Well, thanks for looking out for us, Robbie.
No problem here. So I'm gonna jump into the questions here. First question is, what is the sexiest thing about Mike?
The sexiest thing about Mike.
I know there's not a lot to choose from, but if you had to pick one,
I'm gonna say his sense of humor.
His sense of humor. He's funny, isn't he?
He is.
Yeah, he's a funny guy. So yeah, that's when you know you have no. And that's another thing about Mike is clearly he has no attractive feature that Nicole had to really dig deep and really reach there.
You didn't say physical attribute. You said it's just sexiest thing about him.
Right. Okay. Well, we'll stick with the sense of humor here, just to make this just poke a little more fun at him.
All right.
What is his worst hygiene habit?
Okay, we have many discussions about his hygiene habits, but I think in the last couple of weeks I've learned that he does not wash his sheets or towels for months on end. That's pretty disgusting.
Yeah. And how are we gonna fix this?
I don't know, Robbie. I don't know.
I know what we could do. We can make him wash his sheets and towels.
What could we do?
We can make him wash the sheets and towels.
How?
All you gotta do is get the towels and put them in the washer, put them on hot water, and then he can dry them. And he can even do this while he's at work. And he can wash it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, we can fix this. Because we don't want him his selfishness with just being just all unhygiene and shit to ruin your relationship.
Well, that's why we just stay at my place.
Exactly. Because you take care of him and we appreciate that.
I know.
What is the worst date you two have ever been on?
The worst date we've ever been on.
Bring the heat, Nicole. Bring the heat.
A few months into our relationship, we weren't even official yet. We went to the Luke Bryan concert, and Mike had a few beers and got pretty drunk. And we were waiting for an Uber outside of the Taco Bell, and
he knows how to treat you well.
Yeah, and he peed his pants. But he tried to convince me that his pants were wet because there was a water balloon fight. But he didn't realize that I actually watched him physically pee his pants, and he was dead set on convincing me that it was a result of young kids with water balloons. So, after only like 2 months of dating, to watch your date pee his pants, probably up there is the worst.
You know what? I mean, that's just the type of guy Mike is. I mean, so he'll have one too many drinks, he'll just start pissing his pants, and he doesn't care. And
he just puts it all out there, Rob.
he puts it all out there is right, and it's not fair to you, Nicole. It's not fair to you. And hopefully he fixes this and he starts going to the bathroom and the toilet.
Well, he hasn't peed his pants in front of me since, so we're going on like 2.5 years.
Nice. I can't say the same for Durawanko, probably, and Ashley. Next question. Which of Mike's friends is your favorite?
Well, I like all of Mike's friends. I really do. But I would have to say Ben, because I probably have spent the most time with him.
Yeah, you're kind of like contractually obligated to always be around Matter. Those
we go on
two,
vacations together. I mean, just...
They've been buds for a while. And speaking of vacation, I'm waiting for my expense report check to finally get in so I can book this fucking vacation.
Wait, you're going?
Yeah, I've been in. I haven't forgotten here. All right, it's just a matter of I have all these charges right now on my work credit card, which I was going to put the trip on, and it's making things difficult. So
all those steaks and lobsters I see you Snapchatting.
Yeah, I live a tough life. Nicole. Next question here is, who would win in a fight, Casey or Chris Letang?
Sorry, Casey, I'm going to have to go with Chris Letang on that one.
You said the right answer, Nicole. Yeah. The right answer. And say that answer every single time. He tries to challenge a professional athlete in a fight. Next question is, allegations have been made against Mike for using slanderous language towards women. The main reason why we're doing this. Do you believe Mike respects women?
I believe I know what incident you're referring to. And that, again, was a night after a couple of drinks. But Mike respects women. I think that was more on me, taking it out of context. So yes, Michael respects women.
You did the right thing, Nicole. You did the right thing. Yeah. And that's why we got you on here. Because we really have to make sure that he's treating you well. Because that's absolutely sickens me. I mean, when people say dumb bitch, stupid whore, it hurts. It hurts.
Words hurt.
Words hurt. Well, Nicole, I would like to thank you for being such a good sport here. You are always welcomed on the award-winning podcast here. If you ever want to jump in on an interview or have some 2 cents, whether it's just honestly, if you just want to talk, that's fine too.
All right.
Always welcome.
I might take you up on that.
I mean, you were the first significant other to make the podcast here, and I would like to thank you.
It's been an honor, and I hope you were recording this time.
Yes, I did. All right, Nicole.
Thanks, Robbie.
All right, I'll talk to you.
All right, bye.
So I would like to thank Nicole for tuning in and talking to me for a second time tonight. That concludes the Week 6 podcast here. Feedback's always appreciated, and best of luck in Week 7.